Hey, what's going on, my friend out there on internet land? Welcome to the video. My name is Brando Linick, and this is going to be a talk on really not just how to start a business plan for a hair salon, but how to start a business and get a business started in a lucrative fashion. So you're going to want to pay close attention. You're going to want to know this stuff, and I figured before we kind of start the conversation here, just got to get a drink here. Hold on. Before we start the conversation here, I just wanted to, just kind of let you know the whole reason why you're going to want to listen and pay attention to what I'm going to share with you is because this is not something that I've just, walked the walk with. Alright, this is something I've actually done. Alright, this is something I've applied throughout the last 3 years, having started a lot of different types of businesses. Some things that worked, some things that didn't work, and I can definitely tell you from that process what to avoid, what to look out for, and what to do properly. And with a hair salon business, it's like any other traditional business. When you're looking at mapping it out, writing a business plan, you're looking at how to start it, and that is looking at first and foremost the overhead associated with the business, what you're going to need, the operating cost for that every single month, adding all that up. Alright, and it's going to be different, especially on location, the type of building that you're either leasing, renting, or you're buying. Alright, so that's going to add up differently. It's going to be different for everyone, but location's a big deal. Where there's foot traffic, right? Where there's not foot traffic is going to depend on how you market yourself and how you build the business after that, and that's going to go in your business plan as well. But really looking at your overhead and estimating just roughly, it can be an average. You just want to estimate what your overhead's going to be with all your equipment, supplies, employees, how many employees you're going to need, how much you're going to pay them, and inventory space for some of the supplies that you're going to use on people's hair, and then equipment just in case something breaks, like a curling iron or a straightener. You have backup ones. So you're looking at roughly, I've had friends range their hair salons from anywhere between $50,000 up to and over $100,000. And I would advise you, if you don't have the budget set aside for a hair salon for that, and you can do your own research on this, you can do your own due diligence on that, but if you don't have the budget set aside of over 10K, right, or over 20K, I should say, to invest in a hair salon, I wouldn't advise you to go get in finance from the bank. I wouldn't advise you to go get a loan. Having seen people take that approach and take like 30 years to pay off their debts, it's crazy. I would not even suggest my worst enemy to strap that ball and chain to their leg. So it's just not a beautiful way to start a business and wait that long to finally make a profit, if that makes sense. And best tip I'll give you, because that's essentially how you do start a business plan for a hair salon, is before you consider starting a hair salon, if you hear me out here for a minute, if you don't have the budget set aside for one, if you're kind of tight, or even if you're not, I would still suggest before you consider starting a hair salon, if you hear me out here for a second, if you're looking at it because you want to start a simple business, you can make money at, but a business that creates true leverage, true flexibility, if that's what you're looking for out of a hair salon, if you hear me out here for a second, the lead I want to throw your way here is actually my experience with this over the last year, when I actually transitioned from a traditional brick and mortar business dealing with all the overhead that's associated with a hair salon business, and even then some, and I transitioned from that to an internet business model. I came across a person who was building a business on the internet without any of that overhead. It was unbelievable. They're operating literally from their computer, and they weren't creating their own products and services or doing anything technical. And wherever there's an internet connection, they were building a business. So they had the mobility, alright, get this, to travel anywhere they wanted, so they weren't limited to a location like you would be with a hair salon, alright, until you build it up and you decide to franchise it, which can take a long time, alright. But they weren't limited to a location, so they're traveling and operating their business and building a business all over the place. And because they were doing this, it was very attractive to me. And hold on a sec. Because of that, I started to reach out to them for help. And I mean, who wouldn't, right? And it was attractive to me. I reached out to them, got some help. They really mapped out a game plan for me on how they were doing what they were doing and how I could implement myself. And in a period of just about 2.5, 3 weeks, about 30 days actually, I was able to create a full-time income business on the internet from scratch, working part-time. And those are not average, not typical results. I had to work for it. I had to put in work. Not one of those push a button and all of a sudden magic appears overnight type deals, because there was work required. But if you're not afraid of that and you're looking at, how to start a hair salon because you're really looking at starting a business and creating a lifestyle that's, full of leverage, time freedom, flexibility, if that's what you're looking for out of a business, an internet business model, I'd advise you to seriously consider looking into first. All right, especially if that's your reason why. If it's not, if a hair salon is really your passion, it's your calling, go for it. But if you're looking at it just because you want to create a leveraged, lucrative income and lifestyle, the internet is the best model and most profitable model you could tap into with the right guidance and help. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that makes sense. And if you're following me here and you do want to learn how to do this, I can be that person for you. I can share with you what I was shown going back over the last 13 months. If you're coachable, willing to learn some things, you're not afraid of putting in some work. It's nothing technical. It's a short learning curve. You can press play on some training videos. If you want to learn that, make sure you check out my site. It's 123marketingtips.com. I'll put a link in the description below. And I look forward to seeing your success story on the next one. I look forward to seeing you on the beaches of the world. So my friend, take care. Have an awesome one.